Your person violated your boundaries and your trust, but it only made you stronger. You're blaming yourself for what went wrong, what steps you needed to make this connection last, or to make your person come back, or what you need to do next to make this work. What I want to tell you is that your boundaries were crossed. That's the reason why you feel violated in this connection, from this connection. This is why the reason you are experiencing this anguish in your body and this pain is because you didn't imagine it. It wasn't an illusion of love. It was simply a violation of your boundaries, of your energy, of your effort, and your trust. So your person had done that on purpose. They knew what they were doing. They might have not known everything and the reason why they were doing it, but they wanted to have the control over you. They wanted to have the power over you. You're someone who puts themselves first. This had triggered your person. This had made them fear losing you. So instead of expressing that to you, that they are having a fear of rejection or they had a fear of loss, they tried all of the tactics in the world to make you stay, to keep violating your trust whenever you felt uncomfortable around them. That's the immaturity of your person, but that's also, I want to point out, your responsibility to make sure that you're trusting your gut much sooner than you ever have before. The thing about it is that you might want to make sure that you do not fall back in the same patterns again with your person, because people barely change, and I don't see a person changing. They are set in their own ways. So this is a mix of processing the violation of your boundaries, the psychological manipulation, but also making sure that you are forgiving yourself for trying at love again, or trying to love someone who doesn't know how to love themselves. This is all maybe coming at you all at once, but know this, that no matter what, and no matter what your person does, no matter what they say to you, it will not have any effect on you anymore. Now that you know the truth, now that you know that you will get through this as well, now that you know your true nature of your person, and you have learned to let go before, you have learned to be able to move on so many times before. So this is just the same thing, that you need to make sure that you're focused on the bright future that's ahead of you, making sure that you are focusing on putting your hobbies, your family, your friends, yourself first, and not being stuck so much on analyzing your person or making up reasons why they did what they did, because at the end of the day, they did what they were only capable of, and they're only capable of using people. They're only capable of manipulation. They're only capable of trying to have a psychological power over you instead of having a genuine friendship or genuine love. Because of the violation of your boundaries, you may think that the pain that you are experiencing is because you miss them, but it's really not you missing them. It's just your body is finally realizing what you went through, and it's a mix of relief, but also processing the violation of your boundaries and the anger that you might even have for this person. So it's important that you recognize these things, because if you don't, you will construe something that it's not even there, that you may think that this is love. You may think that you're missing them and that you need to prove yourself and make them come back, or come back to them and give them a chance, when in reality it's none of those things. It's just a violation that you did not ask for, that you did not deserve, that was done on force. And this is something that weak people do with no power in their own lives, and their lack of understanding and their lack of empathy for people. Not to say that it was all conscious or it was all on purpose. Sometimes people do these things without knowing the reason why, or without really trying to cause harm. But just because someone, like your person, may not have tried to cause a harm to you doesn't mean that they didn't, right? They had already broken the trust. They had kept pushing you whenever they felt like you were maybe uncomfortable, or maybe you were not happy with the situation. But yet they tried to spend time with you. They tried to make you stay. They tried to keep you hooked. They tried to give you empty promises. And it's a twisted way of making a person, you, believe that they were something deeper than that, that they were something that they actually felt for you and wanted to have a future with you. But in reality, it was just an empty, wasted time of space. That's another thing that you will have to face and realize, that sometimes we do waste time on stupid people, and sometimes we do waste time on things that will never fulfill us and will never be able to give us what we want. But it doesn't mean that you need to be bitter about it. It doesn't mean that it needs to kill the drive that you have for life and love, and for trying to find someone you truly care about and who truly cares about you. None of the actions that your person did towards you defines who you are. It doesn't make you any less of a human being. It does not take away your value. It gives you just another lesson in life, and it gives you the opportunity to actually be much stronger for the next connection that comes your way, and much smarter. So I want you to know that you can get through this, and that you will get through this. Your person has no power over you. No one really does. And your person may seem like they know what they're doing. They may seem like they can get a hold of you, or try to pull you back and manipulate you. But the reality is, if a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. So if you were able to see them for who they truly are, their true character, which is just someone who's not able to love, someone who's not ready to receive love, just someone who's not sure of themselves. And that's totally fine. You are learning to trust yourself. You are learning to not let people violate your boundaries anymore. You are learning to walk away when you feel uncomfortable the first time round, and not wait for someone to keep pushing your boundaries until you feel violated. These are all of the lessons that you are learning in this connection, and that you will be able to pull through and come out stronger than ever.